How's it going, everyone? Welcome to the Gauntlet of Gaming, where these hands are rated E for everyone. My name is Malik.
Francis.
Santiago.
And it's finally the month of love, of passion, and of spending a lot of money on things that we don't need to be spending money on for people who we will see for the rest of our lives so long as we treat them right. That's disgusting.
I'd just like to go on record saying January was like the longest January ever.
Like last year went by fast.
2019 went by super
fast. But January felt like a slog.
I was like, is it almost the end? It's like January 14th. It's still January.
I thought of it as still on vacation.
Must be nice. Some of us didn't get that vacation. Anyways, it is indeed February, which means we're going to be talking about Valentine's Day related stuff because that's what literally everybody does. So, of course, being a gaming channel, ours is going to be a little more gaming, centric, oriented. So it's going to be interesting. But before we get into our podcast, make sure to like this video if you enjoy the podcast that we're doing. Comment in the sections below what you want us to do podcasts about. You guys are the ones who are watching it, so we need to know what you're interested in order for us to actually, make sure we're fulfilling what you want us to fulfill. Don't forget to also subscribe, because how else are you going to know when we upload content unless you're subscribed? And follow us on social media so that way, again, you know when we post things, so that way you can stay up to date. But with that being said, our question of the day for you is, of all the video games that you've played and all the characters you've interacted with, who would you say is your video game crush? Now, make sure to put your answers in the comment section down below, but we'll get to us. So the way we're going to do this is kind of like how we did the last podcast, where it's going to go 3 waves of answers going from person to person to person, and then we'll kind of close it out from there. So, video game crushes, starting with our least favorite to our most favorite. We're going to start with Francis.
Okay, so for this one, I picked Liliana from Dragon Age.
Mm-hmm.
I thought she was cool because she was like that, that formal type, but also like under the table, like she could probably kill you. And I thought that was cool.
Mm-hmm. So tell me more, because which Dragon Age was she from?
Well, actually, seeing as how she evolved from the first Dragon Age to Inquisition,
mm-hmm.
in the third one she was more, probably gonna kill you type.
Yeah.
And then I think that is what. Because, I did play Inquisition first,
mm-hmm.
so I think that's what I prefer more.
So you like being dominated? You
like the sadistic type?
No comment.
You heard it here first, Francis is a sub.
No, I'm not.
Oh, man. Well, we'll see with the rest of your list if that continues to be a trend. But hopping from that, I have a feeling that there is going to be trend.
On today's episode of Introspection.
You revealed something about me.
Don't worry. We all have underlying subconscious thoughts that we all have to talk about eventually.
Okay, hold on. I'll say that later. Let's go on for now.
Oh, man. All right. So we got Francis's first one out the way. But Santi, what about you?
So my first one, I guess number 3 on my list, is gonna be Zola from Blue Dragon.
Of course.
I was very much a young teenager when I played this game, and just if you look up a picture, you'll know why.
God, you're like the textbook definition of a young teenage boy.
Well, excuse me for being a young teenage boy going through puberty. Francis, don't give me that look. I can hear what you're thinking.
I can feel it through your eyes.
I was zoning.
Oh, man. Well, you know what? I can't give you any fault in that one, because I was also a young teenage boy who was going through puberty, because my number 3... God, I hate saying this. My number 3 is Miranda Lawson.
Oh my gosh, but of course.
It's Miranda. And the thing is, it's like, I kind of wanted to replace Miranda with Liara, just because Liara was the character that, like, we felt that bond with. Like, you could tell that she was designed to be the character that you pretty much have the strongest connection with. But the thing with Miranda is I always kind of liked the kind of double agent aspect that she had about her, where it was like, yeah, I work for these people that no one likes, but also I like you, Shepard. And the thing about being Shepard is the fact that it's like it feels like you are playing as the character. So it's just like, oh, Miranda, you're talking to me? Oh, why thank you. Thank you for the compliment. What are you doing, Miranda? So
Are you free?
yeah. I mean, I don't, and that's the weird thing, like I don't really have attraction to characters like that. But when I was younger, back in my youthful days, when my body went through change, Miranda was definitely one of those characters who was designed to get your attraction, like your attention, and she got it, for better or for worse. But too bad she died my first playthrough of Mass Effect 2.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I felt bad because it was the only time I romanced her, and she died that third round. Hey, I played Mass Effect 2 blind. I didn't know that my characters could die during the suicide mission, so it'd be like that sometimes.
I mean, they call it the suicide mission for a reason.
I didn't know back then, but now I know now. Doesn't matter because I wouldn't protect her anyways. Liara for the win. Sorry.
She's not even a companion in Mass Effect 2.
It doesn't matter. She's still cool because she's the Shadow Broker.
She is.
So, Liara is way cooler. Alright, so that was wave 1.
Okay.
Now it's time for wave 2, where things are going to get a little bit more interesting. So, Francis.
Okay.
What's your second most favorite?
This one I'm actually not sure of. Because Horizon Zero Dawn, Aloy, we saw her grow up, from like youth. And I know I do a lot of photo sessions, but it's like it doesn't seem like that. It's like I see her as like a Clementine in Walking Dead. Like I watch her grow up.
Yeah.
And like, oh, she's growing up. I'm for out. And then I mean, it's not like I see her as like. I mean,
how did that sound go again?
It's not, huh?
How did that sound go again?
Clipping that.
I mean, it's not like she's not pretty. I mean, I'm not gonna say she's not pretty.
Yeah.
She is pretty. I mean, I take pictures, so I know. But yeah, it's not. I put her here as 2, but yeah,
still kind of questionable. But
yeah.
I think, and we played Horizon Zero Dawn, so they'll see gameplay of us and our experience with it soon. But one of the things I mentioned, at least I hope I remember mentioning this, was how you kind of see her kind of more as that like daughter figure, which is very similar to like how I see Bernadetta in Fire Emblem 3 Houses. So I get what you're coming from.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's a weird feeling. It's like I'm not attracted to you, but I care about you. Yeah, it's one of those like I care about you type of mentalities. Yeah. I get it. It makes perfect sense. And we'll get to see how much you care and how much danger she gets in when we can playing some more of Horizon.
Well, you're playing on the easiest difficulty.
I like the story.
Yeah.
So, all right. Santi.
So for me, it is Jade from Dragon Quest XI. And for me, I like her because I like the way they presented her as like an older sister type. As in, because like through the story, you find out that she's like basically the main character's like adoptive sister.
Yeah.
And she's also the daughter of like the main king, who's like the antagonist throughout the story. And so she basically like abandoned her status as royalty to travel the world with the main character's grandfather and become like this super strong, super boss warrior that like for a long time is better than the main character.
Yeah. Interesting. So you like stronger women?
I do.
All right. Well, I mean, hey, what woman isn't stronger than men anyways? Totally not making fun of anybody in particular. But no, that's cool. Like, again, I'm noticing we're seeing some trends with people, and now it's time for me to break trends because my number 2, and no one would have saw this coming except for maybe Santi. And my number 2 would have to be Fire God Liu Kang.
Yeah, that makes sense.
From MK11, from Mortal Kombat 11. Now some people are probably gonna just be like, "Wait, what? Like Liu Kang's a dude? like your crush is a dude?
Man crushes are a thing.
And man crushes are indeed a thing. Like, can we talk about Sephiroth another time? Like, talk about the ultimate JRPG man crush. But I want to talk about specifically Fire God Liu Kang, not just actual Liu Kang. Because the thing about when playing Mortal Kombat 11 that I really liked is that it made Liu Kang feel like a cool character again. And it went from he's a cool character to, wow, I would love to be you. And then it was just like, wow, I would like to be
Inside
beside you.
you.
That's not.
Got him, coach.
Why? Why do I do these things?
He knows you too
Why do
well.
I allow these things to happen? Beside you.
Okay.
To be beside you. Oh,
Me and the
my
audience
gosh.
know what he really means.
Man, I'm canceling this channel. But no, I was like the moment that like the tattoos and everything, like when he had his transformation happen, the first reaction I had, and I wish I was doing like recordings back then.
Oh my.
You'd think it was that one, but my actual reaction was, what a man. I was like, wow, okay, this dude's super mega powerful. And then you get to play as him, and you're like, I care about no other character in this game. Sorry, Noob Saibot. Don't care about you no more. Sub-Zero, nah, your heart's too cold for me. Scorpion, nobody liked you. But Fire God Liu Kang, oh, that's a man. That is literally a hot man. Pun 100% intended.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, I see your point there.
But yeah, so
He does control fire.
well, I mean, yeah, but he's also like, super freaking hot. But yeah, so I think Fire God Liu Kang would have to be like my second most favorite attractive video game character. So now it's time though for us to reveal our truest sins, to get really deep in the emotions. It's time for and people are probably like, video game crushes, ew, you guys are a bunch of weeaboos. And it's like, no, it's not like that. Like, this isn't like characters who I pin up pictures of on my walls, because my walls are actually pretty barren. But it's more just characters who just...
We have a deep emotional connection.
Yeah, exactly. Like, people think that crushing is just, oh, I'm attracted to you. And it's like, no, there's more to it than just that. And it's kind of a recognition that the developers and the character designers just did a really good job making us feel a physical and emotional connection to these characters. If they were real people, they're people we would want to be around and be with. So, for those of you who think it's creepy, you can keep thinking it's creepy. But from an artist perspective, I consider it to be appreciation. So, keep that in mind as we go into number 1, where we talk about our greatest and most favorite of our video game crushes. Francis.
It's funny that you said all that stuff, because I kind of just put this one out because it was like a most recent one.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not even sure if it's like the most attached character. So I'm not even sure about that. But I put Cassie Cage in MK11.
Of all the females.
What?
Of all the females.
I could have put Deborah in MK11. Exactly.
Real kinky.
That's my point.
Never mind.
See?
Which, quick side note, apparently in MK11 there was a hint that her and Kotal Khan were a thing.
Oh God.
And I'm not okay with that.
I'm not okay with this. Why? I didn't need to know that.
If you are listening and you don't know who Deborah is from Mortal Kombat, it's D''VORAH. Have fun with that.
They made her design so much more creepy in MK11 too.
They did.
This one protects the high.
Shut up, Francis. But Cassie Cage. All right, so tell us more though. Why Cassie?
Well, she's the daughter of Johnny Cage.
You're not helping your point now.
And she's
I don't
also
know, man. Johnny Cage. Now that's a man.
That's a grown man.
That's Santi's number 1. But also daughter of Sonya Blade.
I
did like Sonya.
It's
I think
just
you mean Ronda Rousey.
Okay, yeah, you probably got a point. But yeah, I just liked how she was like, she was a casual type and then could beat you up type.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
And also was like the embodiment of all the people playing Mortal Kombat who didn't take it seriously.
Maybe.
Got you. All right. No, so I feel that. All right.
At least it's not Deborah.
Santi, please. I need you to give me a number 1 that's not going to make me want to throw up.
Commander Shepard.
Which one?
Literally does not matter.
So, Fem Shep and Male Shep.
Yes.
Number 1 attraction. Interesting. Tell me why.
Attraction and more like appreciation, because the Mass Effect series isn't one that I just played in like when I was younger in my teenage years. It's a series and franchise that I've played and has been a part of my life pretty much my entire life.
Yeah.
When I was able to really start playing video games on my own.
Mm-hmm. And we did talk a lot very early on in the creation of the Gauntlet of Gaming and how like Mass Effect was the game series that brought you and I together as friends too. So now I could see it.
And
it
like I've done playthroughs with both male Shepard and female Shepard, and like I always keep the default appearances because I like the default character designs. I think they're great.
Mm-hmm.
They both look fantastic, and so that I've always just stuck with those. And like both male and female, I've gotten super attached to them because they're my Commander Shepard.
Yeah, I like it, and I respect it too because I can kind of feel the same way about that. It was kind of one of the weird things about when I did play FemShep was that it was less that I was playing just a female version of Shepard and more that I was playing like a very respected and powerful female figure that I'm just like, this is how female characters should be portrayed in games. Like I care about you. Like I want you to succeed. But also it's like, it's kind of like the same thing where I was talking about like with Liu Kang, you know, it's a character you want beside you. And I was just like, yeah, fem or even male Shep, just to have them beside you is like, you know, you're going to be having a good time.
Like
you're
the Shepards that I played, those are the kinds of people I want.
You want to be
like I want to be like if that was a military and they're my commander, hell yeah.
And you know what? I have to throw this out there. The voice actor for male Shepard. Now that is a smooth man.
That is a smooth, buttery voice.
That is, oh man. Well, bang, okay? Oh, okay.
I'm Commander Shepard, and this is my favorite store in the Citadel.
Yeah, it's just like, it's iconic. It just gets you. And sometimes I just want to sit back and just listen to his voice. Like, I wish there was just idle conversation that happened. But no, okay. Commander Shepard. I like it. Now, for my number one, y'all should know by now, I'm a fighting gamer. Which means I love a lot of fighting game characters. And I already listed Liu Kang for Mortal Kombat. But one thing that not a lot of people know, unless you actually hang out with me while we play some fighting games, is that there's one character who kind of gets my attention immediately. And I kind of like fawn over whenever I play as them. And it's funny because Street Fighter is a series that I grew up playing, but it wasn't like my most played franchise. But it had one of my favorite fighting game characters to just not even play as, but just watch. And that's Juri Han.
She's got some moves.
Juri, yeah. Dude, like, Santi's bared witness to this happening, where we'll be in the character select menu, and I'll just scroll through people, and I'll stop at Juri, and I'm just like, dang it. Or, like, we'll be in a fight, and she'll just say something, and I'm like, dang it. Because it's like, so the thing with Juri is she's one of those characters where, like, she's evil. Like, she's a bad woman.
She's a sadistic type.
She's a very sadistic type of, she's like...
It sounds like you and Francis would get along.
And as soon as I brought that up, I was like, oh, dang it, they're going to give me crap when I go to my number one. And part of, there's a tier system to, like, what makes me really love Juri as a character. Part of it is, like, we know that Chun-Li is the character who kicks. But the thing about it is, it's like, she's the goody two-shoes character, and I'm not a big fan of, like, goody two-shoes hero characters.
Renegade for life.
Exactly. That's why I wasn't a fan of, like, Captain America. I'm not a fan of, like, that goody two-shoe character. So Juri, to me, is, like, the opposite of Chun-Li, where it's like, I can also kick, but I'm evil. And I'm like, all right, you got me. I'm signed up for that.
You son of a gun.
I'm in. Yeah. And part of it was just like her sadistic nature, because it's like usually when you see 6 sadistic characters, they're like the overblown anime stereotype where it's like they do the weird like twists of their eyes and they like to lick their lips.
They're like crazy sadistic.
Yeah.
Like psycho sadistic.
Like crackling, laughing sadistic. And the thing about her is like she's a sadistic character
that doesn't try too hard.
She doesn't. Yeah, exactly. Like she doesn't try too hard. It's sadistic enough to where she's the type of character where, like Morgan, for instance, is supposed to be a succubus. So her whole thing is that she attracts you and then she sucks your soul, beats you up, does whatever she wants to do with you. Morgan and Lilith are kind of like exceptions to the rule and not the expectation. But that's how Juri presents herself, is like she's human, but she might as well have just been presented as a succubus because that's how her personality type is. And the thing about it is the fact that it's like, no, I'm not a sub. No, I don't like doms. But
she can step on you.
Jury, like, I'm a big guy. Like, I'm a big man. But Jury could put me in my place. Like, she doesn't even have to lift her legs. She just looks at me and I'm like, all right, I'll do it. You get what? You want me to jump off a cliff? All right, whatever you want, Miss Han.
But can you step on me first?
Oh, goodness. But yeah, no, it's like, and the thing about it is Jury's one of those characters I'm terrible at. So it takes...
Whenever he plays Jury, I usually always beat him.
Pretty much. Like, 90% of the time, Santi wins because I'm just so bad at Jury. But the thing about it is the fact that I just love her so much as a character, and I just captivated by her, that it's like, you know what? I may be losing, but I'm still winning. Because I get to play with a character who I really like. I hope I never meet a woman like Jury in real life, because my life will be torture.
Oh no.
I don't think I'll ever be happy. But as far as video game characters go, it's like, I've never met a female character or male character that's really captivated me like her. And if they come out with Street Fighter 6 real soon, please have Jury Han in there. Because when she was revealed in Street Fighter 4, I was like, ooh, you're a new character. I wonder what you're all about. And I played her and I was just like, gosh darn it, I'm in. I'm back into Street Fighter.
Take all my money.
Exactly, yeah. What? There's a new Jury skin? Good. You can take my money for that skin.
Here's my wallet.
Yeah, shut up and take my money. But yeah, so that's my number one. So just kind of recapping, my list was from least favorite to most favorite attractive character or just crush, was Miranda, Fire God Liu Kang, Jury Han. What was yours?
Mine was Liliana, maybe Aloy, and then Cassie Cage.
And then Santi.
For me, it was Zola, Jade, and Commander Shepard.
So there you have it. What's up?
So now I'm gonna say that thing that I said I'll say later.
Oh, uh-oh.
Okay, no, it's to defend us.
Oh, okay, all right.
So
Okay.
our trend, it seems like we're, quote unquote sub, right? As Santi said.
Yes.
I'm scared.
Okay. No. It's backing us up.
Okay.
Okay, don't worry. So, Dragon Ball Z. Saiyans like women that were like that, right?
This is true.
This is very true.
So we're okay.
There
There you go. We're all good.
You literally explained that in Super. Vegeta literally explains it.
We're all good.
Francis just supported our entire argument by saying the Gauntlet of Gaming is basically just a bunch of Saiyans. Which means that you just called us a bunch of weeaboos.
Not exactly, right? I mean, Dragon Ball is like a separate from weeaboos, right? Isn't it?
It's culturally acceptable in the West.
Yeah.
We're just nerds, not weeaboos.
Alright.
Let's go with that for now.
We'll let the viewers cast their judgments upon us.
They're gonna call us weeaboos, you already know.
You know what? At this point, we might as well just accept it.
I told you.
You know, we have a saying where I'm from.
I mean, I guess I'd rather be called that than an otaku.
It'd be like that
I
sometimes.
don't even know what that is.
Exactly.
That is.
Okay.
Don't worry, we'll give you a textbook definition after.
Okay.
But yeah, there you have it. Those are our video game crushes. I'm hoping that with newer games coming out and new year of gaming, we'll get more characters who kind of pull for our attention. That we can do this list again in the future and it'd be completely different people.
Probably.
But
honorable mention: Nero and DMC5.
Virgil. I put Virgil on top. Nero is kind of. I think if I had to choose a DMC character that I was attracted to, it'd be Virgil. It's the voice.
It's the old daddy Virgil.
It's the poetry.
It's the oh my gosh, V.
V's poetry.
Okay, let's stop because if not,
I could listen to V reading poetry all day.
We'll turn this entire podcast into why Devil May Cry has the smoothest and most attractive characters of all time.
To be from Nier Automata. Just another honorable mention.
That's a you honorable mention,
okay,
and that is not a me. I am not about that to be life. Oh god, do I have to come up with an honorable mention?
I guess you do.
Might as well.
We didn't plan for this. I didn't think about this. Oh, good lord.
His honorable mention is Sephiroth.
Yeah, you got me. You got me.
He knows you too well.
Specifically, Dissidia Duodecim, shirtless Sephiroth.
Oh.
Or until they showcase the full body design of Sephiroth in Remake.
Oh my. Oh man. Well, with that being said, that has been our list of our video game crushes. Remember to let us know down in the comment section who your favorite video game crush or just a character that you really admire is. As we're getting into February, you'll start to see some more love-based content, mostly around the game of Castle Crashers. So make sure to stick around the channel to see more content like that. Make sure to like this video so that way we know that the content we're making is satisfying to you. Make sure to share our video so that way other people get to be a part of the hilarity and also get to find out the truth about our problems mentally and why we are attracted to such terrible, terrible characters.
They're not terrible.
How dare you?
And that is the ravingness of two madmen who are in love with video game characters. I've been Malik from the Gauntlet of Gaming.
Don't deny it, Malik. I'm Francis.
Don't deny it, Malik. I'm Santiago.
Oh, dear Lord. These hands are rated E for everyone.
Malik, let's bleach, girls!